Okay, folks, here's proof that the God doesn't exist, and everybody says God is a Christian God, so they just say God. Here's proof that the Christian God does not exist. 1. All gods are man-made, and if Jesus lived, there's no, all the other gods did the same thing Jesus did. Born of a virgin, Bethlehem, 25 star, turned water into wine, uh, you know, cured the sick, he raised the dead, was resurrected. Horus did the same thing among many other gods. So that's 1. 2, we got a universe from nothing. That's how far we've come. It's time to wake up, folks. I can understand 30, 40, 50 years ago. But now we have a universe from nothing. Totally explained that there's no God needed for the creation of the universe. Years ago, maybe you could have put that but now we have come this far. 3. So since all the gods are false, even Jesus, well, if it is a god, it's definitely not any of those gods. So whatever you want to call it. But you see, the thing with the creationists, they think it's Jesus. That's the only God, at least majorities. Maybe some people think there's some force out there that created the universe. But if we open our minds even bigger, there just might not be a God. So that's where we're at. And if Lawrence Krauss, if you read the book, it's plausible explanation of the whole thing, universe from the beginning, the Big Bang, for now. Plausible. That's how far we've come. Which means it's possible that no deity is needed for the creation of the universe from the beginning to Genesis, from non-life to evolution from now. No God needed. That's how freaking far we've come. So these are some facts why there's no God needed in the universe, and God does not exist. And what else at least is not any of the 1,000 gods, and it's not Jesus. It could be, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the supreme God of God. But if that's the place, well, who created the God? Yeah, but it leads to infinite progression. And the thing with that is the universe didn't have to come to exist. It existed, and it wasn't always existing eternally. If it was existed eternally, then God existed eternally. So since the universe did not exist eternally, it came to exist. So that means there's possibly no God. We will never know exactly. Well, I think we might know. Even, there really is, I can say, you can never say 100% now, but maybe in a couple of years. But I can say maybe like 99% there is no God, And we're using the Hadron Collider beam because of that nothingness, the atoms. We're going to find what's inside the atoms. All we have to find out is where the dark matter, dark energy, how that came about. And they figure with the Hadron Collider beam, we'll find out inside the atoms. We're going to find out the beginning of the beginning. That's what the Hadron Collider beam, think about it. We have this now already. We have a universe from nothing. Just think about years from now. We're going to solve the mystery. So, it's definitely none of those gods. Maybe it's like, I don't know what you would call it, a god or supreme entity. But once again, if that existed and the universe, came to exist, wasn't always eternal, where did the being come from? Where did this supreme entity come from? So that means